story from survivors of the Titanic.
The Titanic.
I don't really remember the work of the ship.
I was in
The
bed.
Titanic.
705 survivors.
Survivor of the Titanic. He was
The unsinkable pride of the White Star Line left
And
Southampton.
I so clearly remember my mother saying to my father, "Oh, this is the ship they say is unsinkable." My father said, "No, this is the ship that is unsinkable."
On a cold April night in 1912, the RMS Titanic, the most luxurious ship of its time, embarked on its maiden voyage, carrying the hopes and dreams of its passengers and crew. But as the Titanic sailed across the Atlantic, a disaster was about to unfold that would forever change the course of history. The Titanic was a large passenger ship that was built in 1912. It was thought to be unsinkable, a masterpiece of human engineering and opulence, set forth on its maiden voyage with dreams of a safe and splendid journey across the Atlantic. Passengers reveled in the grandeur, creating memories that would last a lifetime. It was like a castle in the clouds, an unassailable dream and symbol of wealth and prestige that ultimately crumbled at the hands of Mother Nature. A chill gripped the night air as the Titanic sailed onward. Beneath the tranquil surface, an icy menace awaited. Warnings of the impending danger reached the ship's crew, yet the belief in the Titanic's invincibility remained steadfast. It was like driving down a seemingly clear road on a dark, stormy night, only to find out that the bridge ahead is out, with no warning signs in sight. Suddenly, the world of luxury collided with the cold reality of the iceberg's touch. The ship's fate was sealed as a fatal gash opened along its hull. Chaos unfolded as passengers and crew grappled with the unfolding catastrophe. Amidst the panic, a stark choice emerged: to stay aboard or seek refuge in lifeboats. The evacuation began, revealing the harsh truth: there were not enough lifeboats for all. Families were torn apart, and courage was tested. The Titanic carried 20 lifeboats, which was only enough for half the capacity of the ship. As the Titanic tilted and the sea claimed it, the night's true gravity became evident. Passengers in lifeboats gazed upon the once majestic vessels sinking into the depths, leaving behind a sea of sorrow and survival. The sinking of the Titanic was like watching a majestic mountain slowly crumble, leaving behind only a shadow of its former glory. The survivors felt like they were standing at the foot of a monument that had been reduced to ruins in the span of a few moments. As the Titanic's passengers plunged into the bone-chilling waters of the 2°C Atlantic, they began to succumb to the unforgiving cold, one by one. Amid the darkness and piercing cold, they desperately searched for any surface to cling to, their fight for survival with a haunting urgency. Amidst the darkness, a glimmer of hope emerged. The RMS Carpathia, responding to distress calls, arrived on the scene. The sight of its lights in the distance brought a ray of hope to those who had faced the unthinkable. The Carpathia was the first ship to arrive on the scene to help rescue those in need. Its presence provided a much-needed lifeline of hope for those who had been stranded in the frigid waters with no end in sight. As we conclude our journey through time, let us carry the legacy of that ill-fated night forward. The Titanic's story is one of courage, sacrifice, and the enduring human spirit. May Titanic, a night to remember, serve as a beacon of remembrance, reminding us that history's echoes can guide us toward a safer and more compassionate future.